Bryce, this is the first time St. John's has been to the Sweet 16 since 1999. What's the past week been like for you guys with all this national attention, all the hype?
It's been great. I mean, obviously, Dylan's shot has been everywhere. Sports Center, March Madness posted it. It's just been great for, all the, fans that's been, receiving all the love and stuff like that. But we're happy to do it for St. John's, and we can't wait to get out there in front of them tomorrow.
What's the excitement level, especially after stepping onto the floor this morning, getting a feel of the arena?
I mean, we played here once, and we had a great shooting night here. So, coming back again and, getting a shoot around and having practice, we felt really good. And a lot of shots were falling in practice, so hopefully we're doing that tomorrow.
You mentioned the good three-point shooting in this building. You had a great three-point shooting game last game. How much is that going to be a big part of this game again with how Duke plays defense?
It's going to be a big part. That's one of the main things Coach was telling us is we're going to have to take a lot more threes in them. And hopefully we're making them. I mean, we have to all have to be confident while we're shooting it and, just stick to the game plan and stuff like that. But we'll be ready.
Where is the confidence level in this team, especially with the way you guys played in the last game?
I think we're really confident. We're riding off the high of coming to the Sweet 16 and stuff like that. We won the Big East regular season championship and the tournament championship. So we're just riding off that momentum, locking into the scouting report. But the main thing is we don't want to be done. We want to keep on going as far as we can. And the main goal is starting to get to that Final Four for sure.
How do you balance having fun and enjoying this, but also making sure that you don't get too high on the energy?
No, for sure. It's very hard because the games come really quick. And, once we got to the second weekend, we were able to, come back home, celebrate a little bit, but we had to reset. But, it's a quick turnaround. We can't get too high. We can't get too low. We have to stay in the middle ground for sure.
Thank you, Bryce. Good luck tomorrow. Ian, what's the excitement level around this team right now? Get to play in the Sweet 16 tomorrow.
I'm extremely excited, I think a lot of us have never really been this far. I think for this experience, it's all new to us, but we're extremely excited. I think we're well prepared and we're ready to go.
You played at UNC. You've seen Duke before. I know it's obviously a different team, but what type of energy do they bring no matter what personnel they have?
I just think they have a consistent kind of culture of just playing hard, playing for each other. I played them 3 times, man. They're a great team. They coach well. I think they're going to play with it hard and play with kind of a certain chip on their shoulder also.
What's the biggest focus for you guys in hopefully shutting down their offense?
I just think staying together. I think we have a plan. Sticking to the plan. What we prepared for, things we went over in practice. Understanding the scout and just executing.
You mentioned that a lot of you guys haven't been here before. How do you soak in the fact that you're here and the excitement level of it, but then also not letting yourselves get too high on the excitement?
Just taking game by game. I think we're not looking ahead. We're not looking at what we've done. I think we're looking just the game ahead of us and just trying to get it done. We're not worrying about nothing else but the game right now.
You're a guy from New York. What does this mean to you to be here and just seeing St. John's on a national stage for the first time in, 26 years they've been in the Sweet 16?
Yeah, man, it's amazing. Just to be able to come home and do something special, make history with these guys, it's amazing, man. I love it. I'm loving it.
Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow. All right, Dylan, what's the past week been like for you? I've seen you all over social media, all over these shows. What's it been like?
It's been crazy. It's been exciting. There's been a lot going on, and it's just been a lot of fun.
What's the confidence level in this group, especially coming off of that game?
10. We're excited to go out and compete tomorrow. It'll be a hell of a test, a hell of an opportunity, and it'll be a lot of fun.
What does Duke do so well?
I mean, they're Duke. They have really good players all over the court, really good coach. I want to say they're like 31-2 or something, so they don't really lose basketball games. And they rebound. I mean, they don't really do anything not well, so it'll be a hell of a test.
What do you think, with them doing everything well, will be the edge for you guys? What can you do to kind of separate yourself?
I mean, we're going to have to do everything well tomorrow, too. We got to keep everybody, we got to stay on the, chill. Chill. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Why do I not remember? Oh, what's the edge going to be? What do you guys have to do well?
We just got to come out and compete, do what coach has been telling us, rebound, take care of the ball, defend, and then, some of us are going to have to make shots.
Does a game like this feel a little different when you get to play Duke in March for a spot in the Elite Eight?
It does, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even just, telling my friends, my friends that text me and they're saying, oh my gosh, you get to play Duke. So yeah, it's crazy. You know, Duke is kind of, you know, the brand in college basketball, and you know, just grateful to have this opportunity, and it'll be a lot of fun around there.
Well, good luck. Thank you so much for the time. All right, Zuby stepped onto the Sweet 16 floor for the first time this morning. Has it hit you that you guys are here?
Man, not really, man. It's like a dream. Honestly, when you get into the second weekend, obviously this is my first time. It's a lot different vibes, and everybody feels it. So, you know, it's a really special moment to be here. Now we got, you know, a few opponents, you know, to take care of, and just on to the next.
You get to play a historic program like Duke, especially here in March. I feel like it's definitely different. What challenges do they present?
Obviously, you know, it starts with Cameron Boozer, you know, such a talented freshman, physical. Their front line, you know, all of them are pretty physical, and, you know, they got some guards as well that are pretty smart, you know, young but smart. But he's going to take everybody, you know. It's not easy task, you know, to take care of, but, you know, as long as we stick to the same defensive principles that we've been doing all year, I think we'll do a great job.
How much of the game plan goes into shutting down Cameron Boozer as much as you can? He's averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds per game.
I mean, yeah, you know, he's a tough player. Obviously, everybody knows, you know, what he's capable of doing night in, night out. But, you know, it's really imperative that, you know, you obviously, you know, you got to shut his water off and just really apply that pressure on him, you know, for 40 minutes straight. You know, just making him feel you know, on the defensive end, and, you know, just getting out there in transition and playing St. John's basketball.
You mentioned that this kind of feels like a dream. For you guys, how do you prepare for the moment and lock in, but also enjoy the fact that you guys are in the Sweet 16 for the first time in over 26 years?
We understand that, you know, Sweet 16 is a tough position to get here. Now we're here, so you just got to live in the moment, you know, and obviously, you know, Duke is a really, you know, great program, and number one overall seed. You know, we're not really worried about that. You know, we're just worried about, you know, just going out there and competing against whoever is in front of us, doing whatever it takes to get the job done, and moving on to the next.
Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Quickly, did you have to turn the page and start preparing for Duke? And give us a little bit of a scouting report of them.
Well, we turned it right away. We were very excited about being in the Sweet 16, but Duke is a team that I kind of marvel at, not so much their greatness as a basketball team, which they are great, is the schedule they play. Almost everybody in the NCAA that has been ranked, from Texas Tech to Florida to Arkansas to Michigan State, they played, and they've beaten most of them. So it's an amazing schedule, non-conference schedule. So I don't think we're going to make the legs shake.
Rick, if the blue blood is dead, somebody that's running.
I don't mean it's dead.
One of those programs. What is the imperative on somebody that's trying to keep one of those at the top or get them back there?
Yeah, I don't mean the blue bloods are dead. I mean that it's just they don't have the advantage they once had, because now everybody's on the same level playing field, and there's no difference between an NC State and a North Carolina. There no difference between an Illinois and Michigan.
And is that based on what players want and care about? Is that a little bit more what you mean?
Yeah, you're no longer going to Kentucky because of the facilities or the great history. You're going there because you want to play for that coach, and obviously your contract is very good. It's free agency, and we all know the reasons why, and money has come into play. So what's the difference between the Knicks and the 76ers? Well, it depends on where you're from. So it's the same as pro ball. There's no different.
Obviously, as this tournament goes on, every round, every game that you win, the expectations, maybe some of the pressure is being turned up. How do you want your players to deal with that? How do you want them to handle the pressure?
We're having a blast. Pressure's, if there's nothing on the line, it's really not that much fun playing it. So we're having a great time. We love the pressure of it. The more pressure, the more I like it.
Coach, on that note, when you are going against a team that's the top seed in the tournament, is there any difference in motivation or mindset?
When you're in the Sweet 16, all you're focused on is getting to the Elite Eight. You don't care who you're playing. You're just focused on trying to win the game and advance.
One of the big matchups is supposedly Boozer against Zuby. Do you like your chances in that matchup?
Well, I'm not sure they'll guard each other.
Okay.
What challenges does Boozer present?
Well, what they're doing is they're playing him a lot at the point guard, and they have the guard set a screen trying to cause a switch, and then you're stuck with a 1 or a 2 trying to defend him. And that's not easy to do. Picture Charles Barkley coming down the lane on you.
Coach, we're back on the East Coast.
I would be dead.
Yeah. Little size on you, Nikki. Coach, we're back on the East Coast in an arena you guys have already won a game this season. Is there any comfort in that familiarity?
No, not really.
No.
It's not going to help us, certainly. But it was a little easier than getting in at 7:45 a.m. after a 10-hour trip from San Diego. Yeah.
Coach, New York, what does it mean to you, since it's been such a long drought for St. John's to get to this point? What does it mean to be representing New York?
Well, as a New Yorker, it means a lot. You know, it's I grew up on 26th Street on the east side, so I had Manhattan covered. Then I moved to Queens, Cambridge Heights, Queens. I have Queens covered. Then I moved to Long Island, had Long Island covered. Now I live in Westchester. I got to try Staten Island.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Coach.